Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where we're going to be doing the 6.55 MSQ, which just came out a couple days ago, when one door closes. I know that this is like the Dawntrail lead up. I saw bits and pieces of the live thing. I tried to avoid the story stuff that they talked about in the Japanese fan fest, but I saw like the Pictomancer looks awesome. The trailer looks great, all good stuff. Varshan, when one door closes. Ah, Kukushu, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. Students of Baldesion request your presence in Charlie and at your earliest convenience. I know this is going to involve the cat girl, like the large cat girl, the Hrothgal. But I don't know who she is or what her deal is or what her personality is. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldesion Annex. Okay. Ojika. And Ojika is... showing Ajdaya the city, yes. Ojika is... that's not Ejika, is it? Because Ejika died in Eureka. So Ojika is Ojika Ejika's brother? All right, we'll see you later, Varshan. I've been having a lot of fun with 14 recently. I haven't been recording a lot of it. I've been recording very little of it, but I've been doing stuff like I completed the... I had very few fates done, and I just went on kind of a rampage of clearing all the shared fates from Shadowbringers and from Endwalker. Cleared all of those, but I made a mistake in not doing that earlier because I was capped out on bicolor gemstones for a lot of it, and so now I have to get a lot of it to get the orchestration rules. I also got all of my crafting jobs up to all my crafting and gathering jobs up to 90, so that was pretty fun too. And let's see what else. And just been working on some other jobs, just getting like, I don't know, like messing around getting Gunbreaker up and got Black Mage to 90, which is that's a weird job. Oji Kitsunjika, anyway. A warm and hearty welcome to you, Kukushu. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Krile and Graha. I've been in a 14 mood of late. I've been really enjoying it. This is... I am very happy with this game. Yeah, I wonder if, because we know that Krile's going to be a Pictomancer. Are you going to be it here? I'm really curious to try that job. Something I wish that 14 had from WoW was the pre-patch, like where you get the jobs and stuff before the new content comes out. Thank you for coming on such short notice, and forgive us for sending you so soon after your trials in the void, to say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Erenville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. That's right, he was in the Dawntrail trailer too, on the boat with the Hrothgal. And he was at the end of the last MSQ, right? I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there is someone whom he wishes Kukushu to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the Studium. Shall we look for him there? It's weird to see her with her hood down, to see Krile with her hood down. And that must be a sign of comfort, because I seem to remember reading somewhere, maybe it was a triple triad card or something, that the hood for her was like a comfort thing, like to help not have to look at other people, something like that. I might be mistaken.
Erenville!
I notice a conspicuous part to Erenville's left open on the screen. Maybe not. Yeah, I was just seeing things.
For the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important.
No, it's all good.
I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
The New World. Tural.
It has a name, Tural. Has that come up
You
before?
went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce.
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Is she an invisible cat?
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
She's pretty conspicuous from...
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well,
What's that accent?
while you were exploring, your candidate came to us.
Your
This
candidate?
is her. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman.
Look at you!
I'm Wuk Lamat, claimant to the throne of Tural.
Tuliolal. I'm gonna mispronounce that all the time. Wuk Lamat, claimant to the throne of Tuliolal.
Tuliolal.
Tuliolal. There's like a silent H there. Tuliolal.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
Okay, so Tural is the continent. I already forgot it. Tuliolal. Yeah, okay, so Tuliolal is both the capital and the nation. It's the nation, and the city is also called Tuliolal, governing the continent of Tural. I love the abs.
I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course.
I love her garb.
Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession,
And she's a warrior, it looks like, or a marauder.
taking the form of a contest.
Warrior.
It will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning.
Oh, hell yeah, I got your back. Probably.
I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
I mean, yeah, you know what? All that's true. I was going to say, is he glazing me? But no, that's all true. That's all very true.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
I appreciate it.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Yes.
Wait, let's all just slow down.
No, let's not. Let's go. Let's go right now.
Wuk Lamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Really? That's why there were so many lizard folks in the trailer.
Tuliolal is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides.
Why is there a succession then? Oh, I guess it's a competition.
He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
This is already fascinating.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
The drooping ears. It's okay, buddy.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met.
She's very outgoing. She's very energetic and
If
friendly.
you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me.
I believe you.
Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda.
Was that the name of the Final Fantasy VI, the first Esper that you saw in Final Fantasy VI? That the bird thing in the crystal?
Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
Also, okay, so the fabled City of Gold is fabled even to them. It's not like just fabled to us because we're far away, but for them it's just blasé. So it's fabled even to them. Golden City, I've heard about it before, yeah.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I'm glad that Erenville is continuing to be a character, that he wasn't just a side one. Seems like he's going to continue on to Dawntrail.
Tuliolal
Like they're giving him
Golden
character
City,
beats.
just like in the letter to grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions.
Yeah, we're on your side. You got us.
So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
She seems great. She seems fantastic. Like, she might, I'm sure she's gonna have faults. I mean, she better have faults. That'd be weird if she didn't, but like, she's just, again, just so energetic so far at the start. And so good natured. Like, she seems like whatever her faults are, deceitfulness doesn't seem like it's likely to be one of them. Wuk Lamat. So where to for a hunt? The stronger the prey, the better. Yeah. Let's go hunt an S rank or something. The game is afoot. Rahati appears equal parts bewildered and excited. The chance to see not only Tural, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, mind. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let's begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what may be a suitable location for her hunt, however. Erenville has an idea? When I was on the guild at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from the researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? Yeah, sure. Sounds like a good standard hunt thing. Yeah, it's nearby. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tural. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we've had the chance to get acquainted. That laugh animation. I really like her. I imagine that's the coldest of takes, that probably very few people hate her. Or are you worried? And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions... my apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray, go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Attending to something from the letter, maybe? If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Oh, sorry. So we have to take a ship? Ugh, I've barely set foot in dry land. Ah, well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt. Aren't lionesses the hunters? Like, I seem to remember reading that lionesses hunt and the lions not so much. Not that that's necessarily several cutscenes. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Sorry, cat hair all up in my nose.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Tural. Oh, a white bear! I wonder what it tastes like.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I'm... Okay. Okay.
I know.
Like, who goes up to an animal and is like, that looks delicious? Who other than, like, Ron Swanson?
So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
When were we here? I don't remember this place.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
Have we been here, or is this new?
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way.
Kona's her
He's
brother.
like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
It really is. Labyrinthos is really quite a feat.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Being
sense.
Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see. One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
So a large adoptive family.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
Search for signs of your prey.
The researchers should be just ahead.
Got quite a party with us.
There. The building to the northeast.
So ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Got that little growl in the voice. These are some pretty creatures, very colorful. Got a troll up ahead.
Look! Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, taste my axe.
Who was that? Oh, that's the... Oh, that's... Wait.
These animals
That's not
are
the researcher
usually
from
so
the
docile.
Alliance raids, is it? No, that was a row. This is someone else. So who are you? Hard-pressed survivor. Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition. Wait, aren't you? You are! You're Kakushu, the adventurer who saved our star. Would that our meeting were under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm, once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll just give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment. I'm always one of my first...
Really are famous.
One of my
And for
go-to...
good reason,
Sorry.
as you'll soon see for yourself.
One of my go-tos in these situations is to think, like, is there a prior Final Fantasy game where they've done something like this? And the first thing that jumps to mind is Final Fantasy V. Because there was a moment where the animals were all peaceful, and then Garula came and was riled up, and or no, something... What happened to rile up Garula and the other monsters early in the game? But that happened, I mean, Final Fantasy IV started out with the crystals, like, making all the monsters become hostile. That's actually, I guess that happens all the time.
Quite an interesting contraption you've
That's
got here.
so cool! A magic zip line.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
The adventurer came to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have your considerable skill here to aid us. Alright, so creature of unknown origins has affected the local fauna. And it gets worse. Alright, quell any threats we find and search for traces of the beast. And report anything we can. Gotcha.
I'll
Yeah.
handle this.
Alright, angry animals.
Hold still.
Oh! Go Wuk Lamat.
Is that all?
Yeah, you got some axe skills.
Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
Beast carcass. What a pretty zone.
These
Ravaged
claw
beast.
marks,
Okay, yeah.
I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
What do you find, Wuk Lamar? I see no tracks that mark the claw marks. Such marks would be too common in any case, yeah. Has to be a clue somewhere here. Tattered plumage. A feathered beast.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You presume it's even safe to eat?
I'm already, again, I have the world's worst memory. Vala Garmanda is the person we're hunting here? No, that's the competition, no, that's the competition back in, like, the major one for Succession,
Still
right?
fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
The trolls are so friggin' cute.
Let's head back and report what we found.
What do we find, though? Just palm crystals and beasts under attack? Birdo.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
She's so happy. Wait, two birds?
Ah!
Oh,
What is that thing?
the actual hunter. A titanic colibri.
It speaks?
It's just parroting, right? Yeah. Oh, that is... I was not expecting giant colibri. And we've had a giant carbuncle this expansion already, so...
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Very dangerous. You go first.
Wuk Lamat.
Right.
Yeah, she's a little hesitant. She won't be outdone, though. Is this going to be like a mini trial? Well, like a duty boss, probably. Because that's the other thing about this patch. I know that Asura was added as a trial. I don't know the context of it. I don't know anything about the fight.
Clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise. That's all.
That's what startled... Okay.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
Thank you, Graha.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
So it's not just parroting, it's actually talking.
Clever,
Oh no,
huh?
you are parroting.
I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit.
It's too bad we have to kill it. Again, it's a pretty cool animal. Excuse me, very late here. Moderately late here.
Talk all you like, bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you.
Wind Unbound. Wasn't that an attack in that outdoor Stormblood zone? Like,
Shut up already, you blasted bird!
probably not. At my age, my memory fails me even more than usual. The parroting thing is just fantastic.
Look out!
Whoa. Okay, we're good.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
It's pretty strange. I wonder if it was always here, or if something, like, made it specifically turn this way.
Not good. Quickly, gather together. I've got you.
Wuk Lamat, what do you got? Yanking us out, thank you.
That was too close.
Steady now.
Hacking floor, yeah. I enjoy having Wuk Lamat alongside me. I wonder if she's a tank. She's got to be a tank, right?
Spread out, everyone.
Yep, just tossing us up. Ready. Oh. 26 seconds. Very generous. Oh, break free of the whirlwind. That's why there's 26 seconds.
Thank you.
It's not all for me. Right wing, left wing, standard bird or dragon or winged animal strats.
That was hardly a tickle.
Oh, look at you go.
Nothing to it.
Defeat the giant colibri. Oh, I'll just finish it off.
You loudmouth bastard!
They give her such a... They give a very good personality here.
Throw everything you have at it.
No limit breaks, unfortunately. And we got it. Go team. I don't know how they did its voice. It was like high-pitched but deep. It's a cool effect.
and I had barely limbered up.
So her braggadocio can cover sometimes. Yep, very much so.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Very tactful Graha. And accurate.
Only to be expected. You were pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
What age is she? I read early 30s. Maybe late 20s. Is it getting up? Yes, it is.
Curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural. They don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Something creepy about that sound.
Dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Yeah. It heard you talking smack.
Leave this to me.
Excuse me again. There. She's already got Pictomancing.
At you.
Did they find like a brush in her letter? We've had previews of jobs before the expansion too. I'm thinking the Scythe with Reaper. Xenos' Scythe.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
I wish we
After
could do...
hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you.
Yeah. We could all be... Or Team Wuk Lamat
Coming
grows.
here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuk Lamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
When did she get a 3-leaf clover earring? Is that what I gave her?
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
From the side quests?
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Hydaelyn. Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you.
Right.
It was...
Oh, sorry.
That's what inspired the...
No, stop
As
it.
you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute.
It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule, how it paid me to stay behind again and again. That's what inspired the change. Okay, yeah, so she's been... Yeah, she doesn't want to stay behind. No, god damn it.
After much deliberation, I arrived at my answer.
That's a really cool setup. Is she just
With
crafting this job out
esoteric
of...
art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
The legendary realm. Of course. They had to, of course.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style.
I mean, is she literally the only Pictomancer in Final Fantasy history? Realm?
What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
I'm glad she's stepping into the spotlight more.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Probably.
Yes, there is. This letter from Tural. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
That's a Mamul Jah name.
Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn servant himself?
Quite a request. Weren't the
Well, seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
I mean, Galuf and the three friends, the wolf and the other two, they were the warriors of the Dawn, weren't they? I wonder if there's a relation there between Dawntrail, the warriors of the Dawn, and all this. It was a letter to one of the warriors of the Dawn, so that would make sense.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I'm so
I
sorry.
can say for a fact that my father didn't write this.
It was forgery?
Given
Or
how culturally diverse Tuliyollal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one.
your official language is Esperanto.
The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If father had written this, he would have been in Turali. What's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So it's someone not from Tuliyollal, not from Tural, imitating that, imitating the
So
Western
letter
style,
is
or the
fraudulent, then.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
Or there's a skilled forger.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyollal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there.
My best guess at this point, if he is a warrior of the Dawn and the father is like the Dawn servant, then that he was some kind of mercenary knight, maybe?
In
Or
order to
knight?
help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
Wuk Lamat and Kukushu by the Great Bird.
We're eating that.
Seems like the meat would be kind of tough, right? I literally can't stop yawning. I'm so sorry. With the wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's only one place we can take it to here in Charlie, and the last stand. I'm also a level 90 cook. See what Dickin can cook up, sure. Well now, there's a famished face if I've ever seen one. What can I get you, Kukushu? Love their little apron. Oh ho, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me, I have got just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear? Very kind of you. It's a large bird, I guess that makes sense.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charleyan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
Yeah, you got lucky with this guy, with Dickin.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Unusual for Charlie.
Come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
Yeah, she seems like the kind of person that becomes very fast friends with someone. Oh no.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes
Moving
have
along.
become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
That was the quest we had early. Yep.
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Sharlayan.
Wait, no, what was the quest we had where like we had too much way overspiced food? I think this is separate from that. Or maybe it's the same. Maybe that's what he's referring to.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Major Undyne vibes from Wuk Lamat. I'm not one for spicy food myself.
Your manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
She is doing great.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Very much so, but even so, she seems like a fast friend maker. Like with how quickly she met Graha and then was like smacking him.
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
You got a little crush, don't you? Nothing wrong with that. Understandable.
I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Especially in a place like Sharlayan.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
Look at that stripe-looking cake right above the "I'll be happy" in the text box. What is that? What could that be? Some kind of pumpkin
Since
coffee
ancient
cake?
times,
Chocolate
many
cake pumpkin?
peoples have called Tural
Orange
home,
chocolate?
and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
Who?
A man who is too ambitious by half.
Oh, like, she's not saying someone isn't allowed to rule. She's saying, like, there's one person who would be a terrible ruler. We can't let him win, that sort of thing. So one of them is especially ambitious.
Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I mean, you could also team up with others and try to just beat this other guy.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Good question.
Oh, it's
Very good
more
question.
than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tural?
100%. Me and my sparkly turban. Or headpiece, I don't know what it is.
You don't need to decide right this moment.
What's there to decide? Say yes.
But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you.
That is a good-looking
and
steak.
One more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Just to go? Yeah, a little doggy bag. Doggy bag for the cat. All right, yeah, Wuk Lamat cares for her nation, definitely. But I mean, I'd like to help her. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ship. Yeah. All right, see you in a bit. A caviar sandwich. It's every bite extraordinary enough to render one speechless. This sandwich incorporates eggs from the caviar sturgeon and bird of Elvis both. Given the inclusion of alligator pear slices, one cannot help wonder at its inventor's obvious preference for ovoid foodstuffs. I was thinking at its inventor's preference for, like, ridiculously rare, but maybe caviar is not rare in this world. God, with pear slices with a sandwich with caviar and bird. Maybe chicken. Coming dawn. Hrothgal is mulling over what you've learned of Wuk Lamat and her plan. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuk Lamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent. Just the thought of burying myself in books is making me feel sleepy. Yeah, I'm pretty tired right now. We're talking about the mysterious lands and unknown wonders here. I'm confident we'll find reports so thrilling as to drive any thoughts of napping from your mind. All right, I will follow your lead, cat friend. Blue covered book. Principles of Blue Magic and Spell Acquisition. The origins of Blue Magic. That's right, Blue Magic was all about the New World. Can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural, about whom I am exceptionally worried for how they're going to handle like a Native American inspired or American Indian inspired people. I'm really worried how they'll do that here. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they've learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. This is 100% going to be a thing in Dawntrail. It's so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallaki's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue. That's why it's called Blue Magic. In this world. That's really cool. Yeah, the reason I chose this color is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. I can't think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. That's fascinating. All right, you know what, cat friend, you were right. Hrothgal was correct. That is thrilling. Wait, Granville, what are you up to? What have you found? No, just... Wait. The state of the world matters not to me. It's truth. The truth hidden at the core of our star alone carries weight for my eyes. All else is falderall. Good word. Leave me to my research. Wait. I was thinking of Erenville. Why do I know Granville? Who's Granville from? I forgot. Was he was the character involved with the Alliance raid or the Pandemonium with the Pandemonium raids? Lines in the Sand, the geopolitics of Hydaelyn. Comparing the geographical feature characteristics of the three great continents in Tural. The former, three great continents, stretch from east to west and are in the northern hemisphere. The latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern climes, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history. Wait, what? Shifts in climate are gentle east and west, but harsh moving north and south. Oh, so longitude, right. So you're going to go east and west along the gentler climate. Yeah. Case in point is the Alligans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east into Ilsabard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Yeah, no wonder they were mirrored. Yeah, laughs in Hades. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tural waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamul-Jah succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament to the autarch's greatness. Again, good knowledge, good history here. The divided people brought together by a strong ruler. Hope there's no Ascian involvement. The flora and fauna of Tural. I'm less interested in this at first, but we'll see. So there's some new creatures in the Indigo, on this side of the Indigo Deep. So we got alpaca, a four-legged beastkin, lovely. With soft white fleece. A wyver, yeah, so these are all so far stuff we know. We've seen the wyver around the Mamul-Jah, certainly. Used for manual labor. Like those are the ads that you fight and the boss in the first boss in the cheese dungeon, right? In Brave Flox's long stop. Valagar here we go. Turali folklore holds this bird-like creature as the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. It is that creature I was thinking of from 6. Wonder how many 6 references we'll get in Dawntrail. Probably, I mean, I don't think it's going to be the same way we had, like, with 4 for the patch content in Endwalker, but probably some, with Realm especially. Eorzean cuisine, a history. The land from which so it gave birth to a lot of the cuisine here. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the Popoto are from there. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, where a Lamintan sailor named Ketenram successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at a theretofore unknown continent. So he explored, he met the Mamul-Jah, and he'd keep going back there, but he brought root vegetables back, including the Popoto. Produce was far from me. He also brought back bean burritos and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City. To those outside, he remained in mystery, but his cuisine influence was hard to deny. All right, let's check in. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. And I know he's all about the tacos. So we'd be fine. Legendary City of Gold, Papodos, or the Tale of Kettenram. I'm interested in the Tale of Kettenram. Ah, yes, the renowned Limson explorer who traversed the Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled Tural extensively and even forged a friendship with the Dawn Servant. We were able to meet Kettenram, what things we could learn. Alas, all of this happened nigh fourscore years ago, and he may no longer be alive to tell his tales. Do we know the name of Galif's wolf friend? Like, could that have been Kettenram? Or one of his friends? One of the Dawn Warriors? Maybe he was even the one who wrote the letter. I mean, we know it was someone from the west, from the north, rather. I'll bet, actually, if I'm putting money down, I would put some money down right now that Kettenram is the one who wrote that letter to Krile. Or that got to Krile in the end. The fauna of them. Yeah, I learned about all that. I learned about Valagarmanda. Why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the felled beast? It's absolutely a trial, right? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. Yeah, it might be mythical. But I mean, it's certainly not, but it feels mythical. Alizé, I thought I heard familiar voices. Good to see you. It's been a while. Fancy running into the two of you here. Well, have some research of your own, do you? We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Radzat Han, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints of history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what are the two of you? Yeah, we'll tell you about our cookbooks we found. The history of alpacas. A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tural. I dare say this is precisely the example we seek. We do well to read up on Tuliholal ourselves. This contest, is Kakusha the only one allowed to help Wuk Lamat? There was no mention of restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wuk Lamat gave us the impression she could have several champions. Yeah, we can all kind of do this. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphina, we have planning to do. I mean, the more the merrier, right? Back to the annex. What'd you up to?
Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story.
I mean, we've only heard little bits and pieces.
What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wuk Lamat's request?
Oh, accept. 100% accept. I trust her nature, even if I don't know the whole story. I'll never say no to a new adventure. Not to this one, anyway. Gosh, I like this headpiece, how, like, everything is all sparkly.
Ha! I thought you might say that.
You're in too, right?
With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination. But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do.
Well said.
Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core.
Yeah, the spirit of Hydaelyn lives on, and that was her directive. I mean, especially for someone as adventurous a spirit as Vana was. Just hear, feel, think, experience the world.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
What a good kitty. You too, friend.
And what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
It's so tough to do. That sort of contentment is really hard to find.
Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Okay. Everyone's being like little secret squirrels today. I don't know why. Yeah. I remember, like, Kakushu smiling, remembering the time she killed that god. Everyone's being secret squirrels. This is weird, right? Like, this feels a little weird. Is he possessed by an Ascian again, or he's just being a little roguish self? He's clearly not possessed by an Ascian again, but it's weird to see. Yeah, the map's gonna have to grow.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I've never been one to... I wish to boldly go where I've never gone before. I've never been one to turn down an adventure. I'll do it. No, let's do the more excited one.
Then you need me as much as I need you. Together we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
Dawntrails.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
No. Everyone wants to... Yeah, we need as big a team, as big as help as possible for this, right?
Alphino, Alize, what are you two doing here?
We happened to cross paths at Numenor earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuk Lamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
Oh, right. God, that was early. That was in Labyrinthos, right?
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
It's an eye-catching story.
Last.
Yeah. Pouty Alize is great. Or grumpy, angry, annoyed, vexed, irritated,
It is
irked,
an honor
miffed.
and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
She's not going to want all the highness stuff.
Oh no, let's not do that.
Yeah.
I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
I mean, we're all on Team Wuk
Indeed we
Lamat,
do.
right? It's not like we're against each other.
We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors.
I have heard that it's somehow, I don't know how, but I've heard that there's some element of competition here, but I hope it's not between like the party members, but maybe it will be.
We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say.
Good.
And
I was worried
keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
You come on, you want to be part of this too.
Nonsense. Like I told you before, you're indispensable.
They have a little bit of a of an Urianger and Burrito relationship, don't they?
They're
These
strong,
two.
aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths.
Yeah. And what's
I can't think
Thancred
of
up to in all
anyone
this?
better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Krile, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was.
You regretting it?
Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
I see.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
Graha's staying behind.
But Raha...
I mean, you know what? I'm glad. He's been a huge figure for Shadowbringers and Endwalker, and if he takes a little bit of a backseat now to give Krile a chance to step up, totally fine. But he's so excited about adventure and joining me.
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity.
What a good cat.
Thank you, Raha.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
Like, was Thancred hired by one of the other people? By one of the other children?
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Treasure map? Golden City map? Or is it going to be a map of the southern continent? It's going to be this filling in the southern half, which we haven't had yet. Yep.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
A large continent. Look at that thing. That farewell to Endwalker music kicking in. What is that thing? The little donut. That where the Golden City is supposed to be, maybe? Or is that the capital, maybe? Tuliolal. And that's it. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna skip past this and I'll see you in a sec. This is a strange shot for Urianger. It's like more playful than I usually see him. He was like mischievous there. Vana herself, one of many best girls, but what a best girl. That... I still think that the base Endwalker story held more power for me than base Shadowbringer story held more general power for me than Endwalker, but it's really close. And I think that Vana, like that whole giant scene of her, like everything, you know, as you leave Elpis is probably the one up there with the best things this game has done, and this series has done. All right, Erenville's going to get a ship. Take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. What do you mean, a knapsack? Miscellany. Research has proven that wearing a knapsack or similar greatly reduces the likelihood of being pestered with questions about how you can carry so many items. Not really. I mean, how many sets of armor are on my little Lalafell body? But I take your point. What actually is this, though? Does it, like, increase our carrying capacity? You can't do that. Meanwhile in Limsa Laminsa, are we going to see the Thancred side of things?
When does the
Estinian?
next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
Do ships go to
North
Tural?
and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
Oh, he just wants adventure.
West, you say?
I'm glad we'll see him there. Hopefully he'll hold on to some of his money. Old Charlian. Rian J. Rian J and Thancred.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
I think one of the most brilliant things they did at the end of the expansion was to dissolve the Scions. It gives us such freedom to play with party dynamics and party interests, because we really don't have to all be doing the same thing. Not dissolve the Scions in name, at least. Like, I like that we're just kind of doing our own things, and sometimes they merge and sometimes they don't.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
So you got a note, so someone else is hiring you to work for them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition.
I mean, Urian J has definitely been a secret squirrel in the past. Like, he's atoned for it, but he's not. This isn't the same thing. He's not like a betraying squirrel. He's just a secret squirrel this time.
Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
They're kind of excited. It's like, I think this is more like a game of Among Us
How
than
could
like
I
Game of
possibly
Thrones.
be, knowing what's to come.
And I mean like a game, like playing a game of Among Us of Franks. Like, I think this is all still going to be pretty friendly.
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
I just hope none of them is working for the bad guy unintentionally. The bad successor. The warlike one. I don't think they will be.
This will be a mission to remember.
I'm glad they're together.
Come, my friend. We make for Tural.
Only probably another 6 months, but I'm in no rush. I really am not. I have so much stuff to do in this game. They could take another year for all I care. This game and other games, because again, this is one of a few for me. By the way, still deciding whether to on the other channel to play after Resident Evil 3 and 4.
Have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
whether after Resident Evil 3 and 4 to play Final Fantasy 16 for the first time or the new 7 game when that comes out. I'm still deciding which to do first. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Anyway, tell me, have you... Okay, yeah, oh, God, the spoiler speech.
The treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Othard's North.
I love the way the voice actor said Othard's North there. Othard's North.
The fabled golden cities of the New World.
We're checking one of those off. That smile. Following through on his wish. Ah. Oh. The world is very beautiful sometimes, isn't it? Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizon's bond, and tread the gilded path beyond. Here we go. Emmett Selk added to the Unknown Codex. Alright, first of all, let's see what the backpack is. What do I do with it? What does use mean? Acquire the knapsack personal effect. What's a personal effect? Is it a cosmetic? Okay, I've been Googling around to try to find this. I just couldn't find this thing. Apparently there's like an action somewhere here for fashion accessories. Okay. Check that out. That's pretty awesome. Does it stay just forever? I hope so. I love that. I love it. And then let me check out the new collection thing. Yeah, this is what I saw. That Krile was blessed with the power of the Echo, and it made her uncommonly sensitive. Gallic gave her a cat-eared hood and like to block some of it out. Okay. A lot of these collection things I skip over because they're just, they're mostly stuff I know. And they're mostly backstory, I think. I have to read this. Emmett Selk, Ascian. A man whose true name was Hades, mighty sorcerer of Eld. Tremble before, yep. Who became Solus Zos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire. Who threatened the world as the most dangerous of foes, who stood at your side as the most dependable of friends. An ancient who clove to his ideals to the bitter end. A man who rendered up his all for the people he loved. A man who once lived, and we will remember him. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. If you like this, leave a like. It certainly helps me out and feels good to see. And, yeah, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Next time I will... Gosh, we have a few options for next time. Could do treasured bonds. I could see where that, try to find that Azura trial. We got this thing, Mononoke Aware, or Mononoke Aware. I think that's probably the variant dungeon, which I haven't tried yet. And then, of course, there's the Hildebrand stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, see you then. Bye-bye.